It's a red-bellied black snake.
Oh, that's a pretty one. He looks cool.
Yeah, he's better. Oh, they get bigger.
That's a nice fish tank size.
Yeah.
We'll keep him.
Stop spreading, dude. You got pliers?
No.
Lucky I do. G'day, guys. Yeah, you don't know what I'm looking at. My poor daughter, she's 22. She's a nurse at Penrith. She was driving home the other night. She rings me up, all distraught. She's ran over a fox. She doesn't understand. Well, I mean, killing any animal's horrible, but she doesn't understand the fox. A dead fox is probably a good thing. It's an animal that's going to kill hundreds of native animals in its lifetime. Anyway, she goes to work on the same road every day. I've just gone and got some tyres done. And yeah, she killed the fox, and it's on the side of the road. And that poor girl's going to have to drive past it every day because our council doesn't do anything about anything. Yeah, we try and protect our kids from everything. We don't want bad things happening to them. That's why Australians are so diligent about keeping their environment clean. We don't want a diseased water. We don't want chemicals in here that could affect the fish and then the birds that eat them, affect them, give them some sort of flu, and we don't want that. That's why we look after our waterways. Oh, it doesn't smell like it here though. I was being a little bit sarcastic actually, guys. That's fuck disgusting. It's all because of one pipe down there. You see that chimney there? That, with the Sydney water sign? If I had one achievement in my life, it would be to shut that down, and that pipe. Thousands and thousands of fish have been killed over the years through that. And you can only think what it's doing to our environment. And this will never stop until we shut things like that down.
Yeah, okay.
Hey?
Catch the fish here?
Yeah,
Oh,
believe it or not.
a lot?
Yes, a lot.
The
But-
bigger one? Or
Yeah,
smaller?
big ones, but I wouldn't, the water's pretty bad, like, I wouldn't eat them. They're not real good, but
They're
lots of fish here though.
Oh,
Yeah, I just do it for fun.
oh.
So,
Yeah.
they come up with the tide.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll come in. So,
I'm younger time go to the beach.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never
that's
too
where it's
old.
nice.
Never
Oh, you're never too old.
too old. We're nearly 70.
Oh, I don't want to hear that. I'm 58 and I'm young.
You're young.
Yeah, you're young.
I'm 60. 70 nearly.
That's nothing. That's nothing.
Yes.
You got years to go. Too old. Yeah, if we could remove that pipe, this place would be a fishery.
You actually get fish here?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. This is talk.
What sort of fish?
Bream and flathead. Mate of mine got a meter Dewey out of here one day.
Serious?
But I film it because, I mean, look how toxic this place
Yeah,
is.
I know, yeah.
It's like, you know,
Where do they come from? Like, is it open to...
they migrate up. They come from the ocean, they swim right up the harbour, Parramatta River, and then they roll in here.
So this is all open to the
Yeah,
Parramatta River, is it?
it all goes right through Homebush Bay.
Ah.
But there'll be a school somewhere along here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
as this tide runs in, if I keep going that way,
Yeah.
I'll come across them.
But you wouldn't eat the fish yet.
No.
Just catch and release
I don't like touching them.
Fair enough. Just
But,
for fun.
mate, if they could get rid of, like, I mean, that's clean away there.
Yeah.
Well, we had 2 massive fish kills a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
If they shut, like we rung up Sydney Water, we rung up EPA, they don't care.
No,
They let it run. If we could shut that down, mate, you'd send your kids down here.
yeah, true, eh?
It's funny, I watch stuff from England and Europe and that, and they're inundated with Karens. You can't fish here, you can't do this, you'll hurt the native swans, you'll do this, you'll do that. We don't have Karens here. Oh, we might have a few at Penrith football ground. There's a few on the road. But the people around here are all like-minded. All very much like-minded. And none of us, oh, that foam finally got disintegrated. That's just a million gold tops. Boys will love that. None of us consider ourselves polluters. Yet this water's green. And unfortunately, our governments only want to worry about global warming, the sky. I think we need clean water, we need clean soil, and we need clean air. All three are just as important. Yes, Australians do not like to pollute. Yeah, I don't know who dropped all this rubbish here, but it wasn't an Aussie. Oh my goodness. I try and be positive in these videos, so that's why I'm here, to highlight how we can fix this problem by fixing that pipe. And yeah, you say, well, how can we do that, Aaron? Easy. We drag people like Chris Minns down here, Minzy, and show him. You know, we can't keep putting chemicals into our river. This is 2024. It's not 1954, okay? We cannot continue to do this. It's just wrong, and it's going to catch up on us. And what I mean by going to catch up on us, the diseases that come from the water, like look at this. This is the residue from those pipes. The diseases that come from this water. Look at that there. See that? And do Zorro. Watch this. Zorro. There's my Z. There's my O. Isn't it lovely, eh? Look at this. Let's make a black rainbow. Now this is 2024, guys. And this is getting dumped in now. Now we can fix this problem, but getting back to why it is a problem, it's because fish live in that, and then birds eat that, and then nature is all messed up. I like to say nature's all gets fucked up because diseases, unnatural diseases, come from these chemical reactions from the waters. And if you pollute our land and you pollute our water and you poison our animals, it'll eventually go through to humans. Won't it? Won't it? But stay positive. Eyeball, eyeball, and smile. Now, if we don't do anything about this, do you know what? In 2054, nothing's going to change. Nothing at all. Not one thing. I didn't come here today to catch a fish. I come here today just to show you. Look at this. I knew it was low tide just to start the running. And you've seen videos of me catching fish here. Just recently I did one with flathead. I just wanted you to see this. Now you know where that come from? That down there? You know where all that come from? Come from a pipe over there. From a cleanaway company. Now when there was a massive fish kill here 2 years ago, The whole Parramatta covered in fish. You can go through my videos and find it. I traced all the dead fish back to here, to that pipe. We rang up EPA, Sydney Water. Sydney Water come out with some scientists and said it was from natural causes. How do you think that looks natural to you guys? Well, surely the camera will pick this up. Does that look natural? So, Sydney Water told the EPA there's no reason to act. There's nothing wrong with the place. Now if we stop that one pipe from flowing, we can do more environmental good than 1,000 people, volunteers, picking up rubbish. Like, there's a reason they don't want you fishing in here. You see that Texas tea? They're going to tell you that was from the 70s. As a matter of fact, if you Google up Sydney's water pollution, they'll tell you it's dog poo that's doing all this. I mean, even their propaganda is so lame and unbelievable. It's just amazing how they can get away with it. Yet, I sat through the Trump-Biden debate the other night, and now I've got a bit of an understanding how crazy the world is. If they're the people running our country, or running the world, we're in a lot of hurt. We're in a world of hurt. But yeah, the Australian people, they will not stand for this. We've only copped it for 200 years. Just up there, we've got a stadium where they give you a welcome to country and a burning ceremony when they have a sports event. And just down here where the Aboriginals lived, we have a toxic wasteland. Here's my biggest concern about all of this, and one of the main reasons why I continue to protest about the toxic, the cheaper alternative to dump sewage and toxic waste into our waterways rather than remove it properly. This is my biggest fear, is the disease that this carries with it. And believe me, you are what you eat. So the fish are eating it, the birds are eating the fish. I truly think that things like the bird flu that we got at the moment out at Richmond, you want to drive down the Terrace Road and smell what 250,000 dead birds smell like. It is horrific, absolutely horrific. And you want to smell what this smells like right now. Now this, like the naivety of people is quite understandable. Like these people are like, how did the fish get here? Well, they come from the ocean. They come in here and they contract all sorts of weird shit, and then they swim back out again. It is so sad. A lot of fishermen, like, I'd not expect to catch a fish right now. A lot of fishermen won't do a video unless they catch a fish. But this is a bit different. This is my little protest. Watch it if you want, don't watch it if you don't. If you're a proud Australian though, don't sit there in the comments calling me a whinger. No. And don't expect me to do too much more than just this little whinge anyway, because I've tried every trick in the book, mate. They don't listen to me. I'm uneducated, I have no credibility. You know, every fish kill that I've witnessed over my lifetime count. Oh, that could have been a bite. Oh, bite or a snag. Yeah, every fish kill I've ever witnessed, the councils discredit me when I complain. I've sort of become a fish kill expert from living in Sydney. Well, the worst thing for me was when I wasn't living in Sydney, I was working on cotton farms. So I really have become a fish kill expert. And I'm yet to see a major fish kill from natural causes. I did see a lagoon dry up once on the day that all the fish, the carp, all the natives don't get caught in that. But all the carp were about to die, all the seagulls come from nowhere and ate them. You don't get that in unnatural fish kills. Alright, we're on Haslam Creek, the top end. Now if you Google it up, you'll see the freeway, you'll see where I was talking to those people, right under the freeway, next to that cleanaway pipe. And then you'll see this, if you Google down, you'll see this big open bay going to that bridge. Now if you Google that, anytime, any date in the last 10 years, you'll see a trail of colour, that's all I can call it. A trail of colour rolling out until it starts to go green again, which is the tide pushing up. That'll prove that, like anyone can prove, that this has been going on for years and years and years. And the more development we have in Sydney, the more release of toxins is going into the water, and it's completely and utterly uncontrolled. Now see the clarity here, because this is the tidal fresh coming up. It'll hide what I've just shown you, and it also brings fish up with it. You know, I was in here one year, this was just busting with salmon. The whole place was just full of salmon. Back to the glory days, you know, like when 10 years ago when this was fairly clean. Oh mate, salmon, dewies. But there's still bream in here, you can see the chews. And there's also still fishermen in here because you can see the fishing line through here. And they're not catch and release boys like me. This is the best example, or way for me to explain to you how the fish eat in this toxins. See all the shell? Oh geez, it stinks. All that shell grit, that's from bream digging up through those wires, digging those shells out through that toxin, through that black. Now when the bird goes along and eats that bream, there's another spot, see? Right next to a face mask and a bit of plastic. When the bird eats that fish, it's eating toxins. Now we've already know that the toxins in the water, in our drinking water, we have chemicals. We already know humans are starting to get this in their system, and I don't think people realise that. One thing I learned about the cotton farms is when you get chemical in your body, it only intensifies, it never weakens. It's there forever. There forever, mate. Ever and ever. Oh, look at that, pair of Levi's. What do you think happened there? Who would throw a pair of, look, they're the real deal. Maybe the human that was in them disintegrated. Hey? Someone bought themselves a brand new Daiwa. You are a litterer, mate. I thought Australians didn't pollute. I'll take that because you're giving us fishermen a bad name. Oh, there's one. Yep. Oh. Just dropped the fish. Coming up with the tide, eh? Here's another one. Oh, what's happening? Two I've missed. Take it again. Oh, how did I drop that one? Now there's one of Parramatta's finest just there. I mean, there's a big saw of some sort on the side of it. We do not want birds eating that. I'm getting plenty of bites out of you though. I got the shits and turned the camera off then, and then just smacked this next bite, which turns out a fish. And that's why the little bream. Still, there's a mound of blue asbestos over there. There's two people working for the environment, and I have a bream. It must be all coming up because I just was getting bite after bite, then I just wasn't converting them. Okay. You're at my rubber. Yep. We got ourselves a fish. I had to stay and catch a fish because I wanted to get my message across that there is fish still replenishing these rivers, even though they're toxic. And there is birds eating these fish. And now we're getting diseases in our birds as well as our fish. Thirsty? You want a drink? Yum. So we design things to collect rubbish. Come on, Minzy. We got a new premier called Chris Minns. Someone make him come down here and have a look at our waterways firsthand, and then get balls and start controlling his government organisations to clean up properly and stop with the rhetoric. Oh, 1,000 million dealie bags. Look at them all. Some drug dealer must be pissed off. Look at all those little dealie bags. Huh. How disgusting is that? Yep. The birds eat these. They eat these fish, and I'm worried about it. I mean, it's illegal to eat possums in Australia. You can't kill them, they're protected. I heard they taste pretty shitty anyway. Am I getting my point across or not? I don't know. I'd like to think I brought my daughters up tough enough to handle life. I can protect them in some ways, but not every way. Today we recognise the importance of meandering creeks for wildlife and flood mitigation. Natural and restored meandering streams with stream bank vegetation are able to slow water flow, reduce bank erosion, maintain stable water temperature, retain organic matter, and provide a wide range of habitat for wildlife, from micro-invertebrates to fish-eating birds. Haslam Creek was realigned in 1998 to wide meandering shape it is today. It now functions as a flood management area and a habitat for fish, birds. An endangered ecological community of coastal salt marsh established on the de-channelized banks of Haslam Creek. What a load of crap. Yeah, so I can't protect my daughters from this government. You know, let's make it look pretty, but still dump toxic waste in it. I mean, what? How hypocritical is that? How fucking hypocritical is this government? Honestly. What's up, Jimmy? Come here. Come here. Hey, hey, hey. Oh. Alright, I won't pat you. Oh, who do you think is the biggest polluter in Australia? Let me know in the comments. Hey, buddy. Stay there, it's too cold to get up. Yeah, I know, I'll leave you alone. See you, mate. Hey. Hey, there's no fight. What's going on? Alright, you remember when I was drawing all the squiggly black at the start of this video? Oh, there's the bridge there for the freeway. There's that toxic pipe over there. And there's a nice chunky brim. Oh, excuse, make sure I don't sit on a needle. Although, since COVID, there hasn't been many needles. Geez, the doctors around here, when COVID was on, needles, mate, I've never seen so many needles dumped in our waterways. Now, if you have a look at that brim, he's quite healthy, isn't he? That's because he come from the ocean. Now, he come up here from the ocean, right? He come up here, it's a migration. They come up here for winter feed, fatten up, and then they'll leave again. They're swimming around in here, okay? Earlier in this video, I was drawing smiley faces in the mud. Well, not the mud, in the toxins. And there you have it, there's a brim just caught in that toxic water, just to prove how it works. I feel it's our duty, or my duty as an oldest person in this country, to look after our younger generation. You know, the Gen Z, you must admit, they're not the sharpest generation in the shed, honestly. Like young Blake, we were out fishing the other night, he caught himself his first ever bull route. Benny and me are going, don't touch it. Gen Z, their reaction is, why not? It's like, just don't. It'll hurt you. How? It's poisonous. How poisonous? It'll hurt you bad. How bad? Real bad. Yeah, if we weren't there, that kid would have just grabbed it. It's like, have you got pliers? No. Well, don't touch it. That's the small little job that us elder guys have to do to look after the younger people. Give them a little bit of knowledge when we can. But what can I do against this? There's a little brick shed there that gets some of the most evil stuff. It has a sign under it with Sydney water on it. I've done countless videos in here. I've showed you countless fish kills, major fish kills that I've proven to come from here. If we could just remove that, this would turn back to a natural colour, and then I wouldn't be so freaking out when these fish eat this shit and those birds eat these fish. And I wouldn't be like, I'm living out at North Richmond and it stinks right now because there's like 250,000 dead chickens around our place. They're keeping it pretty quiet, but you go out there, you smell it, it's wrong.